Hey guys, I'm Risha.
I'm Ibrahima.
And we're the Mandinka Family. And today we're going to interview the amazing Killa Ace today. And we're going to actually show you his shop as well so that you guys can come, support him, give him some business. Where's he located, babe?
It should be just by GT Bank. When you come right there, you will see the sign, flight mode. You will get, all the accessories that you need.
Absolutely. So come in with us.
Alright guys, as you can see right here, we have the speakers here, big speakers here. We have mobile phones around, TVs and all that stuff. So any form of phone that you want, when you come here, you'll be able to have it. Like laptop chargers, just absolutely everything, I would say.
Absolutely. How long have you been open, Killa Ace?
We've been open since May, this past May 2021.
Okay, all right, so it's brand new business, and as you can see, he has pretty much everything that you need in electronics.
Yeah, I Gambian own business, also, so guys, come
Great
support your
customer
brother.
service, great customer service.
You be my queen, you be my skin saver. I be a king, no be cinema. Diamond, mineral, situation critical. You be my queen, you be my screen saver. I be a king, no be cinema. Diamond, mineral, situation critical. Sun kiss your body, glitter, glitter.
Alright guys, so as we mentioned, we have Killa Ace here. We just want to ask him a few questions, do an interview, and if you guys definitely enjoy the video, make sure you like it. So if you can go ahead and introduce yourself to anyone who may not know you, where you're from, what you represent, anything about you.
Yeah, peace and love, everybody. My name is Ali Cham, and my alias is Killa Ace. That's my artist name. I'm a rapper, I'm an activist, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a family man as well. So yeah, I connect to all four. Born in Gambia, raised in New York for a couple of years, back in Gambia, holding it down, trying to stay alive.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I know you said you did live in New York for a while, so where are some other places that you have traveled in the West? And what are some similarities and differences as far as what you've seen or experienced with the diasporans in other countries, whether it's good or bad?
Well, honestly, I just had the experience of living in New York. Even though I've been to other places, but not particularly in the West. I've been to South Africa, Mauritania, Tanzania, as part of my artistic and musical mission. But haven't, touched anywhere else outside of the U.S., But overall, as a comparison, and one of the it connects to one of the main reasons why I came back, because socially and morally, it's a different perspective, development and infrastructure is also a different perspective. Like the very moment that I came from New York and stepped into Gambia, that's when my perspective as an artist automatically changed. From rapping about the guns and the blings and the girls to talk about the everyday stress and the dirty roads and the corruption and the societal problems. Just because of that automatic transition and different perspectives and realities of life, of that skyscraper to muddy waters, so basically it's a totally different comparison, but socially and on a humanitarian aspect, I think when it comes to Gambia, Africa has a higher, is a better place for that. You don't gotta worry about nobody trying to kill you because you got on some new shoes, and stuff like that. You got a bunch of people who share the same meal, drink from the same cup, type of lifestyle out here from that perspective, So there's a lot of, differences and, ways to balance the, different worlds, yeah.
What are some of the challenges you face, growing up in the Gambia and in the States?
Well, growing up in Gambia, some of the biggest challenges, just like any other ghetto youth, is the challenge of having an opportunity, which is important for any particular person in life, that ability to have an opportunity to show the world that, you are you. You know, that's definitely one of it. We definitely didn't grow up privileged in comparison to America. Example, the worst accommodation in New York is probably a 3-star hotel in Gambia, like Smokey once said. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as, you know, the minimum wage, you know, in the States is somebody's monthly salary out here per month. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a lot of, you know, challenges that we have, especially starting from our parents trying to take care of us in this hard system, you know what I'm saying, despite the poverty and economic hardship around us, and growing up without having the advantages of those on the other side who are in the West. Because if you're in America, by 10 p.m. all the kids are in bed. They go to the best schools, even if it's public schools. They have school lunch. You know, they have these things that are privileges to the ordinary Gambian kid who probably don't even got enough transport to go to school, or is begging for a ride on the way to school. You feel what I'm saying? In comparison to somewhere where you got a school bus to come pick you up and take you, you know, and drop you off. So it's a totally different world. That's why we are called the third world, and the West is considered, you know, probably a superpower because of the development economically and infrastructurally, and as far as, you know, the whole system is concerned.
All right. Now, as a Gambian artist, you know, I think that you're the true definition of hip-hop, of a hip-hop artist in Gambia. I know that, you know, there are a lot of respected artists here in Gambia, but when I do hear their music, I hear like the entertainment portion of it. But with you, when I listen to, you know, your music, you tell a story. And when I say like the true definition of hip-hop, with hip-hop, you have to educate people, you send a message to people, you also tell a story. You know, your songs have a story in it. And in your music, you know, I've heard you talk about black brothers who killed their own black brother, or, you know, just the remnants or the traces that, or the influence we see with colonialism. And, you know, you also talk about just black people uniting globally. So why are those topics so important to you?
Yeah, because I feel like, even me, like my brother, like my Tom, and so rest in peace, is a victim of violence, and, you know, somebody who was in the streets and was killed by, you know what I'm saying, a fellow brother. And even as a disciple of Sheikh Ibrahim, we realize that at the end of the day, you are me, I am you. You know, from that perspective, I don't see why one should unnecessarily hate another to the extent where it has to escalate to a, you know, a national issue or a tribal issue or a political issue, or, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, the perspective is that it's not worth it. That's why we ain't going nowhere as a people and as a society, because instead of helping each other climb, we're too busy being like crabs in a barrel, which at one side of the system, like, is an advantage to those, you know, powers that be. Because the more we're divided, you know, the more, you know, we eat amongst each other and eat each other, you know, the more they control grip of the system through, you know, benefiting more than us that are divided and killing each other. So as somebody who definitely wants to see a better society, there's no better society if we can be tolerant and live, you know, amongst and with each other, and our kids grow up in peace with each other and build a better society, you know. If not, you know, look at states, you got Bloods and Crips, people killing each other over colors. You feel what I'm saying? You got people killing each other just because you looked at them, because they probably looked like one of your ex-girls or saying, or boyfriends, or just for looking at somebody funny. So you got people just mad over personal stuff and killing a whole bunch of people, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, there ain't no love out here unless there's peace, and if there's no peace, then there's no development, there's no success for nobody, you know, because no matter how successful you are, you ain't got peace, you know. And I also think about the next generation, you know, because we already played our part, but like 20 years ahead of time, like, who's gonna replace us? You know, should there also be a bunch of wolves eating each other, killing each other, living the same life that we used to live? Not knowing that when we come together and put our capacities together, you know, we can do a lot. you know. So that's basically some of the inspiration, you know, and living in a dictatorship which was fueled by us being divided is also one of the main reasons I preach about it, so that we don't fall in that same situation where we're divided so much one person dictates everything just because we're scattered and we're not no unified voice. Yeah.
All right. You've been a fighter for freedom of speech in the Gambia. What are some difficulties you face? You know, because I would say, you know, in 2016, 2015, 2016, you've been the key of the changes in the Gambia here. You've been part of that. So, what are some of the difficulties that you face in the Gambia here?
Yeah, like if you know, we been through a struggle, going through it, you know, with the team. Shout out to team from support us the movement. You know, we've been exiled. You know, some of the members been jailed. He's been in prison, the toughest prison, you know, for a while. You know, for being part of those that were actually in the front line. So all credits to all the unsung heroes. You know, so honestly, man, like it's just crazy though, man. A lot of challenges. You know, we've been through exile. Had to stay in Senegal for like 2 years until the regime change. And then upon coming back, with hope that these new people or the new administration would definitely defend, you know, the democracy that we fought for. Now these same people is considering me as enemies because I'm still speaking that same truth that I used to speak against, you know what I'm saying, the former dictators, because these new people are applying the same system that he used to apply. And because I refuse to sell out or bow down to them and their positions and their, you know what I'm saying, calls to be part of them, and still sticking to my stance on speaking for the people, representing, you know what I'm saying. I've already been jailed, you know what I'm saying. 2 years ago this time, I was in Mile 2 prison over something I ain't do. My music is blackboard on media, endorsements blocked, you know what I'm saying. And a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that comes amongst the challenges, you know what I'm saying, with being an activist. You got some of my team members who you know what I'm saying, go through a lot, you know what I'm saying, and also being locked in, a whole bunch of stuff like that because of the fact that they choose to speak up and become part of a force that, you know, defends, you know, the voices of the people and trying to defend what we fought against, you know. And it's the same challenges, you know. It's just, I'm lucky that we don't have a dictator, you know, so they don't, you know, probably have the same mindset to eliminate me like instantly like he did. But still, you know, it's a threat out here. It ain't safe, you know. I keep my head up, you know. I'm on bail without a passport as we speak, and those are all part of the challenges that come with, you know what I'm saying, being an activist. So the route that I take.
Now, in your song, I'm a Victim.
I'm a victim of rape, cultural brutality. Health-wise, I'm internally dying gradually. I am a victim of the corrupt judicial system. They see.
You speak of the systematic abuse, like injustice and oppression that you've endured. So what is something that you want diasporans such as myself to understand that we may not realize living in the West? You know, our YouTube channel is for us to bridge the gap between Africans on the continent and the diasporans. So what's a message or something that you can give to us, or something that you think we should know, so that we can kind of bridge that relationship together?
Yeah, first thing is like, yo, we don't live on trees. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I want them to know, like, because it is what it is out there, man. First thing when they say Africa, you see a bunch of butt naked children with snot coming out their nose and flies coming around. But you know, Africa is more beautiful than that. We have beautiful landscape, we have beautiful people, we have a beautiful culture which you're indirectly associated with, you know. And there's a lot of opportunities back here, you know, as far as investment. And as a country that is developing, we definitely need our ancestors to come back and bring back basically what they basically went to the West for, and bring back that expertise and implement it back home, so that we could be that, you know, superpower eventually, you know. And I just want everybody out there to know that it's not what they think. You know, we have beautiful people, you know, we got all the phones y'all have over there, you know, we got beautiful houses. If you're a man, we got some beautiful women out here, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa, you got some, you know, good men out here, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, we're just trying to progress as a people. We are not the richest, we are definitely not, you know, the best out there, but you know, we have what it offers to any human being who's ready to come and explore. You know, like I said, you know, we have a beautiful landscape. Infrastructure wise, it ain't the best, but it ain't like you want to die when you come here or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You can still survive and live and have a great time. And you know, I just feel like some of the people in the diaspora are just trapped in this box where they just feel like their environment is all that exists, when, you know, there's so much beauty of life, you know what I'm saying, from the airport, you know, all the way up to your hotel. There's an experience of its own, you know. So I'm encouraging everybody to come through. Let's join the movement and support the movement. If you are a diasporan who supports community development, social causes, you know, we have rap battle competitions and youth initiatives that we apply as a movement here. Your support is equally welcome to support, you know, the information building between us and the society out here, you know. So once again, you guys are welcome. Come get your original names, you know what I'm saying, and last names here.
What do you think that the Gambia should do to stop sex tourism?
Well, in reality, sex tourism is always going to exist, you know, because it is what it is, and it's part of tourism itself, considering the environment. What we can do to reduce it is to definitely, you know, make sure we take it seriously and stop judging Westerners as gods to the extent where we allow them to have access to our children or have access to our women just because of vanity or money. You feel what I'm saying? Sex trade is legal, you know, upon anybody who's, you know, legally aged or stuff, but sex tourism in Gambia itself should be something that the authorities should really take serious, in the sense that the areas in which sex tourism is being happening, or where it's happening, really needs more enforcement. But at the end of the day, you don't really see that much prosecution going on to set an example for future, you know, criminals in that area. And at the end of the day, if people are not prosecuted for doing wrong, other people will always think it's good, you know. But if you from the diaspora, you do something wrong and get away just because you're from the diaspora, that would not set an example, you know. And also, I believe back home within our houses, we should, you know, definitely teach our girls to be, you know what I'm saying, women that believe in themselves and, you know, be independent despite, you know, any vanity or whatever. And that starts back at home, and that's a social upbringing. But on a societal level, like, you know, if you want the ground, you should not endorse it, you know, and don't play a part. And possibly report anybody, you know what I'm saying, engaged in something that's trying to slander Gambia's image, you know what I'm saying. But nonetheless, you know, it's something that can be eliminated because of the nature of the tourism industry itself.
Do you think Gambia will one day legalize LGBT rights?
I'm not really sure, like, because Gambia, like, anything can happen in Gambia when it comes to laws and stuff like that. As we all see, we had a constitution that we wanted to submit as a new constitution, and that got rejected. And that's one of the most surprising things. So anything could happen. I'm not the lawmakers. I don't know what their view it is when it comes to that particular topic. So I think that's something maybe the executive or the legislative probably might be able to answer better than I do, because they make the law. So yeah.
Well, we definitely want to thank you for, you know, taking your time to do this interview with us. If anyone wants to, like, reach out or just support you in any way, is there any contact information that you would like to give?
Yeah, most definitely. You can holler always on WhatsApp, +220 or 00220 is the area code, 266-9666. That's the number, 266-9666. You can holler, follow me, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know, and reach out. And if it's anybody through your network, feel free to already holler at, you know, the Queen and the team right here. I already trust them enough, you know, for anything related to that. And in general, just make sure you follow, like, on Facebook, you know, feel free to send a direct message, and it'll definitely be appreciated one way or another, for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Alright, so thank you so much once again. Guys, if you want to hear his music, you can actually listen to his music on Spotify. That's where I listen. You can even go to YouTube, Killa Ace, Killaace, Killa Ace. One of the dopest artists here in Gambia. Definitely check him out. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. How can they reach us on social media?
The Mandinka Family on Facebook and the Mandinka Family on IG.
Alright guys, and as always, don't forget, Black love is Black power.